Hi, good morning. Welcome to class this morning. It's great to have you all. My name is Corie. I'm happy to be in the studio this morning, and I'm here to guide you through a 45-minute flow. It's going to be a fun flow. We're going to start to awaken our body this morning. So if you're just getting moving, that's going to be a perfect flow for you. And we're just going to get right into it. And we're going to get on our backs. So let's find a comfortable spot on your backs. Center yourself in the middle of your mat and come into your Shavasana. Let's let your toes fall open wide. Arms come down by your sides, palms face up. Start to take some full body breaths, relaxing into your Shavasana. Feel free to close your eyes. Grow heavy with each breath and begin to soften. Use your breath to clear your mind, to release any tension. And as you're taking those full body breaths, start to scan your body from head to toe, feeling the earth beneath you, supporting your body. Knowing that you're right where you need to be this morning, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body. One more full breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale breath. Start to find some subtle movement in your toes and your fingers. Can gently open and close your hands, roll your ankles out. And then on your next inhale, start to float your arms up and overhead, reaching through your fingertips, pointing through your toes. Give yourself that full body stretch, just like you're waking up in the morning. And then slowly start to hug your knees into your chest, curling into a tiny little ball. Maybe grabbing for your opposite elbows, bringing your forehead to your knees. And then release your shoulders and head back to the mat. Interlace your hands around your right shin. Extend your left leg long on the mat. Elbows are hugged in tight, shoulders drawn away from your ears. Let's draw your right knee over towards your right shoulder. If you want to, point and flex your toes, roll your ankles. Feel free to find any organic movement. Make this your yoga practice. Hug your knee in one more time. Feel that compression down the right side body. And then release into a supine twist. Right arm can come out to the side. Use your left arm to guide your knee across the body. Over to the left. You can let your chin fall over towards your right shoulder. Feel that twist in your spine. Release coming back through center, hugging your knee right back in. And then gently release your right leg long. Left knee draws into your left shoulder. Interlace your hands around your shin. Draw your knee over towards your shoulder. Trying to avoid your rib cage. Shoulders away from ears. Elbows hugged in tight. Let's elongate through the spine, so slightly tuck your chin to chest. Feeling the compression down the left side body. And then supine twist over to the right. Use your hand to guide your left knee. Left arm out to the side. Drop your chin over to the chest, towards your shoulder. Soften your face. Try to keep a soft gaze. Release back through center. Knee comes back in. And then let's extend the left leg long. Full body stretch again. Point through your fingers. Point through your toes. Reach through your fingers. And then exhale. Draw your knees to chest. Curl back into that little ball. And then let's release your shoulders and head back down to the mat. Place your hands on your shins. Flex your toes back. And just let your legs fall open wide. Once again, your entire spine is flat on the mat. Chin is tucked down slightly. Open up those inner thighs. Now slowly release your hands, coming down, grabbing your outer soles of your feet. Send your feet up towards the ceiling. Happy baby pose. Feel free to rock side to side. If it feels good, go ahead and extend your right leg long and then your left. Move organically here. Tap into your body. See what feels good to you. I like to sway side to side, massage my lower spine, my hips. And let's bring the soles of our feet together, bound angle pose. Let your heels fall down towards your sit bones, knees open wide. And then let's release our legs to the mat, keeping them in the reclined butterfly pose. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Close your eyes down. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, feel free to do so now. Just open our eyes, close your knees together, hold on to your shins, start to rock forward and backwards. And we're going to rock all the way into a tabletop position. So let's stack our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees, pointing your toes behind you. So the top of your feet are flat on the mat. Spread your fingers nice and wide, gripping the mat with your fingertips. We're moving straight into our cat-cow. So drop your belly down, bring your gaze up, and then exhale, breath, chin to chest, push the floor away into your cat pose. Inhale back to cow. Exhale to cat. Let's move nice and slow through these postures, just warming up our spine, our shoulders. Inhale, breath, and exhale. Take a couple more. Inhale, just checking in here. And exhale. Cow pose. And cat pose. Let's meet in our neutral tabletop. Pausing here. We're going to walk our hands forward into our puppy dog pose. So hands are coming out towards the top of our mat. Leave your hips stacked above your knees. Melt your chest towards the mat. Bring your chin or forehead to the mat, whatever feels good for you this morning. Feel that opening in your chest, in your shoulders. Let's push back into our tabletop. From here, we're going to tuck our toes and come straight into our downward facing dog. So as you tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Keep your fingers spread wide. Drop your head between your shoulders and pedal your feet out. Heel toe your feet. Feeling the opening in the backside body. Drop your head heavy. Don't forget your breath. Full inhale breaths. And then full exhale breaths. Keeping your breath nice and controlled. Find some stillness. Come up onto your tippy toes, and then slowly lower your heels down to the mat as you're pressing through your hands, drawing your chest closer towards your thighs. And now slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Keep your head heavy. Grab for opposite elbows. Just ragdoll here. You can sway side to side. Maybe shake your head yes or no. Finding some subtle movement or maybe some stillness. See what your body's calling out for today. Let's release our hands to the mat. Bring your gaze slightly forward. We're going to walk forward, beyond down dog into a high plank pose. So your shoulders are stacked over wrists. Your body is engaged. Legs are nice and tight. Stay here for 2 more breaths, rounding through the upper back, spreading through the shoulders. On your inhale breath, shift the shoulders forward, hug the elbows into the rib cage, lower all the way down in one straight line. Untuck your toes, point your toes behind you. Bring your hands off the mat. So tense your fingers, elbows pointed up to the ceiling. You can open your legs a little bit wider, point your toes behind you. And on your inhale, slowly peel your chest up off the mat. Bring your gaze up last if it feels okay on your neck. And then exhale, lower down. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, peel your chest up. Exhale, lower down, using your breath. Last one, inhale. And exhale, lower. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and sit yourself back into your child's pose. Your big toes are going to touch. Knees open wide, arms stretched out in front of you. Bring your forehead to the mat. Take a full inhale breath. Feel your belly expand between your thighs. Slowly exhale. Chest is going to lower to the mat. On your next inhale, peel yourself back into tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. On your next breath, rise to your toes. Bring your gaze forward and slowly start to walk to the top of the mat. Back into our forward fold. Heel toe your feet together. On your inhale, find a flat back, fingertips to shins. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, slowly round up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders are going to come up to your ears, roll them down your back. Inhale, mountain pose, extend your arms up ahead, overhead, and then exhale, float right down through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Start to flow through our vinyasa. Inhale, shoulders come forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, peel your chest up, high cobra. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Keeping a tight core. On your inhale, come to your toes, bend your knees, float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Finding that tight body. Palms are going to touch. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Step back to your high plank. You can always modify by lowering to your knees, taking your chaturanga to your high cobra, up dog, your choice. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Stay with your breath. Gaze forward. Walk, step, or hop to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, right down through center. Staying connected to your breath. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step, or even hop to the back of the mat. High plank. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, chest pulls through. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's flow through that one more time. Gaze forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, stay strong. Inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. High to low plank. Downward facing dog. Gaze forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to bend our knees, sit our hips back, sweep your arms up into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips are coming back. Place your weight into your heels. Tuck your tailbone under. As you inhale, reach through your fingertips, gaze comes up. And then exhale, breath, sweep your arms back, hinge down. Inhale, come back into your chair. And then exhale, fold it down. Send that breath out. Inhale, fire up your body. And exhale. Let's do 2 more chair pose. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then exhale, breath. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, back bend. Maybe cactus your arms, bring your chest up, push your hips forward. Inhale, arms are going to float up overhead. And then slowly release them to your lower back. Interlace your hands, squeeze your palms together, and draw your knuckles down towards your heels. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, shoulders away from ears. Take a slight back bend, bring your gaze up. And then on your exhale, hinge forward, slightly bend your knees. Let your arms flow overhead. Open up through your shoulders. And slowly release your hands to your lower spine. Let your fingers find the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step back, high to low plank. Take your Vinyasa Flow. Starting to build some internal heat. Right leg's floating up behind you. Let's bend at the knee, drop the heel down towards your glute, and stack your right hip over left. Feel the opening in our hips, our inner thighs. And then let's slowly step your right foot towards the top of the mat. In between your hands, we're going to lower your back knee down and tuck your toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So your hands, palms facing one another. Your right knee is stacked over your ankle. Send your hips forward, chest up. Keeping a long spine. We're going to take 5 pulses here as well. So inhale, reach up through your fingertips, keep that straight spine, and now we're going to sit our hips back towards our heel. Float your arms back. Toes are coming forward, up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to your low lunge. Melt your hips down a little bit more, opening up our inner thighs. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, come up. Feeling this in your hip flexors. Exhale, back. Arms are nice and tight. Inhale, we have 2 more. Use your breath. Exhale, breath. Last one. Inhale. Pausing here in your low lunge. As you reach up, take your inhale. Exhale, plant your fingers, frame your foot, sit your hips back. Flex your toes. Coming into your half splits, shoulders relax away from ears. Inhale, find a flat back. And then as you exhale, fold down over your right leg. Dropping your forehead to your shin, nose to knee. Try to keep your hips squared. Inhale, plant your foot. Tuck your left toes. Send your right foot up and back into a three-legged dog. Feel free to take your Vinyasa Flow in your three-legged dog, or you can always lower your right foot to the mat. Downward facing dog. Left leg extends behind you. And let's start to open it up and stack our hips. Drop your heel to hips. Stack your left hip over your right hip. And then slowly step your left foot between your hands. Find your low lunge. Inhale, arms float up, hips float forward. Chest up, palms facing one another. We're going to set up for those hinges. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, sit back. Inhale, fire up your triceps. And then exhale, hinge back. Trying to keep that straight spine. Inhale, reach up. We have 3 more. Exhale. Stay with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Hinge and fold. This will be our last one. Inhale. Find that length. And then exhale, bring your hands down, sit your hips back to heel, flex your toes back. Really just push your heel into the mat. Find a straight leg, square your shoulders and hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. You can round down, drop your chin to chest, your nose to knee, forehead to shin. Feel a deeper stretch down your left hamstring. And release forward. Tuck your back toes, send your left foot up and back into your three-legged dog, keeping your hips square. And then take your flow. Inhale, shoulders forward. And then lower down. High cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's keep flowing. Inhale, right leg comes up. On your exhale, we're going to step your right foot to the top of the mat. Lower your back heel down. Your left foot to a 45-degree angle. We're coming straight into a pyramid pose. So both legs are straight. Straighten out your right knee. And we're going to inhale to our fingertips, flatten out your back. And then as we exhale, fold down over your right leg. Your hips are square to the top of the mat. So maybe bring your right hip back, left hip more forward. Take your breath. Slowly start to walk your fingers forward, bend your right knee, and we're slowly just going to bring your left foot up behind you, keeping your hips and shoulders squared. Fingers are there for support. Keep your hands on the mat. And we're going to point through those left toes. Gaze is down, neck is long. And what we're going to do is, as we inhale, we're slowly going to tap our left toes to the mat, keeping your legs straight. Inhale, bring it right back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your left leg back up, straight behind you. Inhale, lower. Keep your core engaged. Exhale, tighten up your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale. Exhale. And then let's start to rebend your right knee. Plant the left foot down, coming into your warrior one. Squaring your shoulders and hips to the top of the mat. Finding that length. You might need to readjust your stance. Right knee is stacked over ankle. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. So square your shoulders and hips. We have 3 more breaths to go. Building strength, awakening our bodies, getting ready for a great day. Palms are facing one another. As you inhale on your last breath, reach up. And then release your hands to your lower spine. Interlace your hands. Draw your knuckles down your left thigh. Take a slight back bend. Keep your front knee bent. Bring your gaze up. And then exhale, hinge and fold. Come into your humble warrior. Let your arms fall overhead. Give your shoulders some love. Keeping your legs nice and tight. Now let's release our hands to our lower spine. And place your hands on the inside of your right foot. Pivot to the left. Wide-legged forward fold. Hips are up. Head is hanging heavy. Relax your shoulders. Bring the weight into your toes. Feel the stretch on your inner thighs, backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Feel free to stay here, or you can make this posture more active by grabbing your big toes with your peace sign fingers. Bring your chest between your thighs and using that grip. Bend at the elbows. Use that grip to go deeper. And release. Pivot to the top of the mat. Bring your right foot behind you, three-legged dog. We're going to take our Vinyasa Flow. Leave your leg extended if you want to challenge, or lower it down. You can always lower to your knees as well. Inhale. And downward facing dog. Left leg comes up behind us. Step it through to your pyramid pose. So lower your right heel down, straighten out both legs. Inhale to your fingertips, flatten out your spine. Exhale, fold down. Lengthening our bodies, creating space. And as we're breathing, we're keeping our mind soft and keeping our focus right where it needs to be on our breath. Let's start to bend our front knee. Walk your hands forward for support. Float your right leg up. We're going to take those toe taps. So keep your shoulders and hips squared. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Using your breath, tap your toes. Stay with your breath. Let's do two more. One more. Very nice. Rebend your left knee. Plant your right foot down. Strong legs root up. Warrior one. Palms facing one another. Keep a big bend in your left knee. Tuck your tailbone under, chest up, chin up. We're staying here for 5 breaths. Last breath, inhale, reach up through your hands, create that space, the length. Release your hands to your lower spine. Interlace your hands, knuckles are together. Find that back bend before you hinge forward. And then hinge and fold. Shoulders, arms coming up overhead. Release the weight of your neck. Keep your strong, tight legs, your foundation. And then release your hands down to the inside of your left foot. Pivot to the right, wide-legged forward fold. If you have a headstand or balance, an inversion here, you can always take that. If you want to hang out just with your hands below your shoulders, fine. If you want to grab for the outside edges of your feet, that's an option as well. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Wherever you are, slowly release out. Pivot to the top of the mat. Extend the left leg long behind you, 3-legged dog. Feel free to skip this flow or take it with me. Downward facing dog. Okay, let's keep this going. Right leg comes up. Step it to the top of the mat. Warrior one. We've been here before. We're hanging out for 2 breaths. Keep your right knee stacked over ankle. On your next breath, open up to warrior two. Settling into our warrior two. Arms are stretched out. Your gaze is going to come over your right fingertips. Keep your gaze there. Shoulders over hips. 2 more breaths. Just turn your right palm over, hinge forward slightly. Find that length as you reverse your warrior. Right arm up and overhead. You can wrap your left arm around your lower spine or let your hand float down your leg. We're holding our postures a little bit longer today, just to go deeper, lengthening in our breath, awakening in our bodies. 1 more breath. And then exhale, breath, side angle. Tilt your arms in opposite directions. Keep your chest up. Keep your lunge looking good. Maybe gaze up towards the ceiling. Two more full breaths. Building so much strength in our bodies. On your next inhale, come back to your warrior two. Finding your warrior two, let's straighten out our right knee. And we're going to hinge forward into our triangle pose. Really reach those right fingertips beyond your toes and then start to tilt your arms. So your arms are reaching apart to 12 and 6 o'clock. Chest up, push your hips slightly forward. Looking great. Gaze comes up as well if that's okay on your neck. If you're a little tight on your neck today, you can always look down at the mat. Take the options that work best for you. Inhale back to warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down, frame your foot. Step your right foot back, 3-legged dog. Once again, you can always skip your flow and meet us in down dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, left leg's going to come up behind us. Step it through, warrior one. Pausing here for 1 breath. Open up to warrior two. Shoulders over hips, arms in opposite directions, just reaching them apart. Bring your gaze over your left fingertips. Use your breath to settle in. And let's reverse warrior. Left palm turns over, hinge forward, and reverse your warrior. Creating that space down the left side body. Really feeling the opening and rebend that left knee if you straighten it out a little bit. Catch yourself. 2 more breaths. And then extended side angle. Tilt your arms. Keep those legs tight. Keep them strong. Maybe once again, bring your gaze up or down. Inhale back to warrior two. And let's straighten out our legs, setting up for triangle pose. Arms are still in opposite directions. And then slowly start to hinge forward, reaching through those left fingertips, and then tilt your arms down, reaching your right arm up. Send that breath down your body. Send the breath down your legs. And then inhale back to warrior two. Let's cartwheel your hands down, frame your foot. Extend the left leg up behind you, 3-legged dog. Let's take your flow. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale. Inhale, keep the elbows hugged in tight. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg. Let's go back to our right leg. Right leg floats up behind you. We're going to take 5 core planks to finish off our practice. Knee to right elbow, and then move it over to left elbow. Inhale, extend behind you. Coming forward, knee to left elbow to right elbow, and then back behind you. 3-legged dog. Float forward, core plank, right to left, extend, coming forward, left to right, extend. This is our last one. Bring your right knee to right elbow, and we're going to set our knee behind our wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. So in our pigeon pose, our left leg is extended to behind us. So you can always take a peek. Make sure your leg is in one straight line. Your right foot is going to be flexed back towards your right knee. And before we take our sleeping pigeon, we're going to walk our hands back towards our hips. Find that straight spine, chest up, chin up. And then on your exhale, you can walk your hands forward. Make that pillow with your arms. Rest your forehead on your arms. Coming back to your breath. Softening through the shoulders, softening through the face. Our legs did a lot of work this morning, so let's give them some love here in our pigeon pose. From here, let's press through the palms, straightening out the arms. And we're going to come into a seated twist. So we're going to come over to our right hip, swing the left leg up and around. So your left ankle is on the right thigh. Find your straight spine. And then inhale your arms up and overhead. We're going to twist over to the left palm behind us. You can grab a hold of your thigh, your knee to find that twist. Keep the straight spine. You can always make it a deeper twist, grabbing for your right knee. As you inhale, create some length in your spine. And then exhale, gaze over your left shoulder. And release. Slowly extend your left leg behind you, tuck your toes, and we're going to step right back into our down dog. Pedal your feet out. And then left leg extends behind you. We're going to come straight back into those core planks, 5 of them. So the first thing we're going to do is float forward, knee to left elbow, and then over to the right. Inhale, extend behind you. Float forward, knee to right elbow, and then to the left. Inhale. Exhale, tap one elbow, and then the other. We have 2 more. Left to right, and then right to left. Leave your knee there. Lower your left knee towards your left wrist. Extend the right leg long behind you, setting up for your pigeon on your left side. So one day you want to get your shin parallel to the top of the mat. And until then, just get it to where it's comfortable for you, where there's no aching pain, sharp shooting pains. So flex your left toes back, maybe gaze back towards your right leg, making sure it's one straight line behind you. Walk your hands back towards your hips. Start to relax your shoulders down, bring your chest up, chin up. Take a full inhale breath. And then walk forward. Find your sleeping pigeon or any other variation that you want to take today. Soften through the face, soften through the neck and shoulders. Wonderful. Press back through straight arms. We're going to sit over to the left. Swing your right leg up and over. hugging it in nice and tight. Let right knees pointing towards the ceiling. Find that straight spine. And then inhale, arms up. And we're going to twist over to the right. Right palm behind you to straighten out your spine, just like a second spine. And then draw your right thigh closer towards your chest, hugging it in as you twist through the spine. I like to grab for my left knee. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder. Very nice. And release. Extend your legs behind you, coming back into your downward facing dog. Let's pedal our feet out. Taking a couple more breaths in your last downward facing dog of this class. Find some stillness. Feel the space you've created in your body. Take a full inhale breath here. Open your mouth, exhale breath, let it all go. Bring your gaze between your hands. Slowly step between your hands, coming into a tiny ball here, walking your hands back, sitting your hips down. And then we're slowly going to find our backs, just like we started class. Hug our knees into our chest. Bring your arms out to the side. Lift your heels off your sit bones. Shins parallel to the ceiling. We're going to let our legs just fall over to the right, chin to the left. You can close your eyes. Start to soften your body. Slowing your breathing down. Inhale back through center. And then release your legs over to the left, chin to the right. Inhale back through center, hugging your knees in. Let's grab down for the outside edges of our feet for happy baby pose. Flex your toes down, push your heels towards the ceiling. So again, rock side to side, massage your lower back, your hips. If you want to open up one leg and then the other or both, play around. A lot more open than you were at the beginning of class. And then find your bound angle. And let your legs fall to the mat. Reclined butterfly. Place one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Close your eyes down. Come back to the intention that you set at the beginning of this class, the beginning of your practice. Maybe feel a shift that's taken place in your body and your mind. Feel free to extend your legs long into your final Shavasana. Arms out to the side. Let your toes fall open wide. Stay in your Shavasana as long as you need. It was an honor and pleasure to guide you through your practice this morning. Hope you feel alive and awake, ready for your day. Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon. Namaste.